What's up, guys? It's William from Niggeronomy with another video, and today we're gonna be talking about mob justice cancel culture and how they come down harder on black men than black women. Or pretty much, they come harder on black men than any other races and gender. You gotta say gender nowadays because there's so many different genders out there. So anyway, let's go into this situation what we got here. So right now, we have different instances. We had the Chris Brown situation where he was lied on by a white woman saying that he sexually abused her. And when they found out that it was all fake, there was no blowback. I don't know why they even mention her name. When it's a brother into it, then of course they're gonna mention the brother's name that's in this situation. But then when it's a white woman, then they're not even gonna mention her name, his accuser. We should know who the accuser are, especially if they lied on him and they found out to be fake. Then we need to know so us brothers can make sure that we stay away from a lady like that. And then all of a sudden, after they made these allegations, even though it was not true, Chris Brown is still getting drugged through the mud for things that are not even true. Same thing with Tory Lanez. Tory Lanez, same situation with Tory Lanez. Like Tory Lanez was lied upon, by Meg Thee Stallion, and when they found out that it was not true, now all of a sudden Meg Thee Stallion gets off easy. There's no blowback on Meg Thee Stallion, but Tory Lanez still has a smear campaign on him, even though it's found it's not true. And now we got, remember the Quavo and Saweetie incident where everybody was roo ha for Saweetie when she got abused allegedly by Quavo. And then we find out that the video that was shown to the rest of the world was only giving you half of the story. When we saw the rest of the video, we saw that it was Saweetie that was doing the first strike against Quavo, and Quavo was just defending himself and restraining Saweetie. But Quavo still got dragged through the mud, even though he was innocent. Cancel culture, this mob justice goes hard on black men, even though they are found out to be not guilty. So now we got this situation with Kanye West. Now, Kanye West been crazy all this time. And, what he's been doing lately has been crazy. So I'm not going to go too hard after Kanye West because he has been acting crazy. He's been acting crazy against other black men too. So there's nothing I can do about Kanye West. So whatever he's getting now, he deserves it. But Tory Lanez says that they should not take Kanye West out of the Grammys if they're awarding Meg Thee Stallion with 2 nominations at the Grammys. They're awarding Saweetie with nomination at the Grammys. And of course, with all these other ladies, they're still getting nominations at the Grammy, even though they were discovered to be telling lies. But nobody is blackballing these celebrities, these women celebrities, black women celebrities. They're blackballing only the male celebrities, only pulling Kanye West out for his bad behavior, but they're not pulling out the bad behavior on Saweetie, Meg Thee Stallion, and all these other black women celebrities that have been accusing brothers of heinous crimes. They should also get the same treatment. If Kanye West is getting pulled out, then Saweetie, Meg Thee Stallion, all of them should get the same treatment, and they should also be removed from the Grammy if Kanye West is getting removed from the Grammys. And Kanye West hasn't even done any of these sexual allegations compared to what these women are talking about and assaults. Kanye, until now, has not done any assault other than his goons going out and doing some clout chasing. They're using his name. But y'all gotta see this. Let me share the screen. Tory Lanez is right about this. Let me pull out this screen so y'all can see what's going on. So, Tory Lanez creates petition asking for black men to perform at major events and festivals. Now, we all know a lot of these entertainers have always been on these major social events. So he's only really talking about Kanye West right now. We already know. We know what he's hinting at. Because it just happened that Kanye West was pulled out. So he says Tory Lanez is trying to start his own movement, at least, that the sentiment presented in an online petition the artist created on Tuesday. His call to action is in support of black men who are entertainers. It seems Tory is trying to protect opportunities of black men to get to perform at major events and festivals. This includes the annual and highly anticipated Coachella. Tory took to Twitter. Now, a lot of people will say that black men need to start their own media, they need to do their own thing, and they have. And Coachella is one of these situations. Same thing with BET. When they're trying to blackball you from these black entertainment sources. But the situation is that the world is so small, everybody is so intermingled that now with these black entertainers going to these black platforms, the people that are supporting these black platforms the most are people that don't look like you. So of course, if they're the ones supporting these platforms, now they have power to control how these media platforms are going to be run. So you see how BET is. BET is taken over by the other man. So they get to control how BET is run and which shows and entertainers can go on there. And if they wanted to, they don't have to show a lot of these entertainers, even though this platform was made for them. They don't need to show because the stakeholders are not them. That is why, when Tory Lanez says we need to make our own media, we have made our own media already. But the people supporting it, the people running it, are not people that look like Tory Lanez. So that is why I see what he's trying to do is not going to work in this situation. Unless black men control and are supporting it, that is the only way that you'll have your own voice. It's just like politics. You go in a city, you go in a town. If you want your people into it, that town, you gotta own the businesses, you gotta own the schools, you gotta have most of the population in there, and then bring in your own politician and have some money behind it. You're not gonna be in the hood and not have none of the stores, none of the banks. You're not running no operations in there and think that you're gonna have control over it. That's why other people can come in, open convenience stores in your hood, and y'all be spending your money with them. But when it's ready time to make decisions, they're not going to try to represent you because you don't have the money and the control. So the same thing in the Tory situation was trying to create his own social media, or we should, create our own. That is not going to work unless you have total control. So Tory Lanez, good intentions. I know he was blackballed, and now he's saying that we need to do something for us. So he's saying keep our black men on Coachella, all festivals and major events. Which is good, give them a round of applause. But what they need to do is control all avenues. See, Coachella is not only having black people in there buying the tickets. Everybody's buying tickets. So now you have everybody thinks that they can control Coachella as long as they have the funds. So the loudest voice is the people, the stakeholders that control it. So it says, Tory Lanez puts another post, protect black men. And it's true. He's an excellent situation where even though it's not true, you still get blackballed as a black man. Mob culture comes harder on black men. But when it's black women, they're like, oh no, hands off, no jail time, no punishment, no lawsuits. They get to go away. They still get to go to the Grammys and the events, and they don't suffer any blowback, even though they're telling lies on these guys. So you see, mob justice comes harder on black men, but when it's for women, they just let them go. Even when they tell lies, they're not reprimanded. So Tory Lanez goes again and says, I don't care what y'all have to say. We are black men and we matter. Don't wait till we are all lynched, lied on, and character assassinated, and to realize they have removed all of our legends, role models from the conversations. And that's so true. A lot of people talking about Black Lives Matter. They use the black man as a mascot to start this whole revolution. But when they receive all these money, when these liberal Democrats, liberal parties receive all this money, they use the black man as the mascot, but they never go to those same black neighborhoods to see what we can do to help these black men, you know, maybe helping them with education, giving them free education, you know, giving them jobs. All the money that these organizations, Black Lives Matter, when they collect all that money and use the black man as mascot, they use it to buy houses in the suburbs and go off with their white girlfriends. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Come on now. So they use all this, they use the black man as a mascot to go and fund their own idealism. They fund their own businesses that are not in the black communities but in the suburbs. So that's my problem with Black Lives Matter. You know, what are you doing for the community after you did your protest and you know, damage and destroy the businesses in those black communities? Do you ever go back to fix those stores? Do the $90 million that you get per year, does it ever go back to fix those stores, you know, to fix those schools in those areas that have been damaged by your protest? Ever used to help black men to get into school organization? But no, that money is squandered, you know, siphoned, embezzled into the suburbs where the organizers can go and relax in white neighborhoods and have their white wives. That's even for the black women having their white wives. So, you know, they're using black men as mascots. It's only when it's convenient for themselves. So yeah, no, Tory Lanez is right about that. You know, you see, you know, Saweetie, there she is smiling because, you know, she's protected, even though she lied and did all this stuff, she's still protected. Lied on Quavo. Meg Thee Stallion right here, you know, she also lied. She's also going to the Grammys. You know, even though people are trying to unfollow her from Twitter, they need to remove her from Grammys too. They don't need to just stop at the Twitter. They need to remove her from Grammys too, because if they lie about these situations, then they should get the same type of punishment as people that have done it. And same thing. So you see Kanye West. Why is he getting blackballed from the Grammys, and all these other female entertainers are not getting blackballed? So that's crazy. So let's look at, you know, Dame Dash. He always has a good opinion. Let me see what Dame Dash has to say about this situation.
Grammys is in a conundrum right now, okay? They blocked Kanye from performing. However, you know, he's still nominated, and if he wins, he's still gonna get that mic time.
Kanye don't give a fuck about the Grammy. We make our own Grammy. I don't get in those politics, bro.
So you see it right there. He said the same thing as Tory Lanez. Kanye West don't give an F about Grammys. We're gonna create our own Grammys. Sure, we can go ahead and create our own Grammys and put it on BET. But look at all the people that are supporting those organizations. It'll only work if most of the support is coming from black men. So black men, we need to support each other. We're doing well on YouTube, supporting each other in the black manosphere, but we need to go into all the other avenues. And the only way we can reclaim those social platforms is to be the major supporters, so that we don't let other people decide who our entertainers are, who our leaders are.
We're not trying to fit in somebody else's system. So we just create our own, so we ain't got to worry about nobody else's rules.
I feel it.
What's the purpose of having money if you got to worry about people's rules? You know, as long as you ain't breaking no law. It's not for them to judge who's hot. It's for us.
That's right.
They don't tell us. They really shouldn't be giving us the awards. We should be giving them the awards. They gotta respect our culture.
If Kanye wins, isn't it the same situation? He's just gonna get on the mic and say what he says, right?
I don't get into all of that, bro.
I feel it.
You know what I'm saying? It's like when we got nominated, I didn't even go, bro. I don't give a fuck about the Grammys. I'm not trying to fit in.
Wow, dang that. Now he's always a strong brother. He's always, black first, B1. So you can always go to him to get the right answer. He was nominated for the Grammys and he didn't even show up when he won. And the same thing with Will Smith. He talking about complaining how nobody nominated him for no movies and he didn't win no movies. He's like, no, F them. You don't even, we can just boycott them. But that's the same situation we got here. That's why organizations like the Nation of Islam, and they stick to B1 first. The reason why nobody can come in and infiltrate and dismantle the Nation of Islam because it's always B1 first. Shoot, they don't even let other people in. That's how strong they are. So they always have total control, and their leaders are never watered down. That's why nobody can say anything about Farrakhan when he says the truth, because he already has that backing from his own group, and they put that right from the beginning. B1 first, and that's the only way these social media, if you want total control, and and if you want to be immune from mob justice, from cancel culture, that is the only way brothers like us will get recognized. Anyway, guys, man, what do y'all think, man? I've been talking enough. What do y'all think? Make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe. Leave your comments down below. And that's all I gotta say about this video. This is William from Negronomy with another one.